Hi, David and Carla.
Hi, Life in the Lala. Welcome to Two Tulips. I'm David.
I'm Carla.
How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Good. Congratulations on 10 years.
I know, so exciting. Thank you.
So what made you decide to purchase Two Tulips back in the day?
So I have a fashion merchandising marketing degree, and it has always been my goal to own a retail shop, and we were good customers of Two Tulips, and when it became available, we jumped on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. So how long has Two Tulips been around, even without you guys?
So funny you ask, because we normally say 20 years, or 20 years, but it has been around for
almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
Wow.
So
probably one of the oldest businesses in like downtown Lafayette, right?
Most
Probably.
likely. We need to research the history from the original owners, which was the Shook family.
Okay.
Yes.
Pretty famous here.
Pretty
Yeah,
famous.
yeah,
Yes.
famous
Yes. And actually, our wedding invitations came from the basement of Lisa Shook, where she had her business originally. And so we've been married for 36 years. So, yeah.
38 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was it about this boutique, you kind of answered this already, that made you feel that it was the right fit for you?
Oh, goodness. Just the fact that gift giving, I love to give gifts. And so we were good customers. David is a home builder, so we would get our personalized gifts from Two Tulips. And I just was a good customer, and I loved what they stood for. So we actually had the option to buy it twice, but our children were too young, and we are still working full-time jobs and raising a family. Just the timing was not right.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So did you make any changes when you first took over, or did it kind of take a little bit of time throughout these 10 years to make some changes?
Sure. So when, I don't know if you know this, but Two Tulips was known as a stationery store.
Okay.
And so when we first bought it, we were still doing wedding invitations and doing the whole wedding venues, but then the do-it-yourself became a big deal, right?
Yep.
And so everybody started making their own invitations. So we realized that, and we knew that we had to pivot.
Yeah, well, you guys did a great job pivoting.
Thank you.
It's a large pivot, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the most challenging part of stepping into an existing business? You know, opening a brand new business is difficult, but I would argue maybe taking over a business that's been around for 40 years is almost more difficult.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, again, inventory is probably the biggest challenge. We walked into bare shelves because she basically was kind of knew that she was done. And so when we bought it, there was not a lot of inventory. So over the past 10 years, we've increased our inventory tenfold, probably.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are going around a space one day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That has been a problem.
Yes.
How has Two Tulips kind of evolved over the past decade? I know you said inventory obviously has changed a little bit. It was a stationery store. Anything else that sticks out in your mind?
So I think the largest is what our goal has been is to make sure that when you walk into our shop, it's a gift shop, which we have a wide variety of gifts, from baby to personalization. So our hope is that when you come in, that you can find something for whatever the occasion is. Whereas before, I feel that it was more, people came here just for stationery.
Okay.
So we've tried to expand it and be known for a variety of items.
Yeah, that's great. I know during Christmas time, I am in here at least 3 or 4 times before Christmas.
Yes.
ends.
Yeah.
So a lot of my mom's and sister's gifts come from here.
Oh, I love that.
Let me find out where I'm here. So what does a typical day look like for you at the boutique?
So we are actually not here during the day because we're still working full time. We have a great team. And we are, I believe that we have routine customers that come in all the time. And people come in primarily for the piggy banks. So usually, I think that people come in usually with a purpose. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I mean, except for, our streets are bustling so much now that on a regular Saturday, probably 80% of our customers are probably
Like
walk-ins.
organic.
Never been
Exactly.
here.
Yes.
Never been here before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is absolutely awesome. Right.
Right.
But during the week, we definitely have many people come in for
That are routine customers.
correct, looking
Mhm.
for that
For a
distinct,
purpose.
Well, and being
Yeah.
so close to Purdue, right? We get
Absolutely.
a lot of organic customers down here, especially on game days.
Mhm.
Yes.
but looking for like day to day for us.
Mhm.
Again, we both have full-time jobs, so
Yeah.
we definitely have our girls that do our stuff. But we work behind the scenes almost all the time. You can find us here almost every Saturday,
Yeah.
but mostly we're sitting on our recliners in the evening.
You're
working on the
sitting in your
computer.
recliner.
Yeah.
You're running around, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes, it is never ending for sure.
So what are the most popular products you sell? You said the piggy banks, right?
Yes, absolutely. Newborn baby items, piggy banks, Purdue,
Yeah.
the Purdue baby gear,
Happy everything.
Happy
Brewmate.
Everything, Brewmate.
Yeah, and stationery still does okay.
Yeah, stationery still does okay, but just not as much.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have so many other things to choose from.
That's
now,
We
right?
do. Yes.
What do you think sets Two Tulips apart from other boutiques in the area, maybe specifically downtown?
That's exactly what it is our diversity. We have something for everybody. We're not just a woman's clothing boutique. We're not a men's shop. We're not a regular gift shop. We carry something for everybody.
Yeah.
As she said. Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. Well, when I'm, I have family here, this is one shop that they always go into.
I
So,
love that.
Yeah. How do you decide what products to bring into the store?
So I really do not go to market that often. Going to market has just been recently in the last few years. I try to get feedback from my customers and see what they're looking for. So when I'm checking someone out, I will always ask them, what didn't we have to offer you? So I really try to check into items that way and then bring them in.
You also trends. You also look for trends a lot.
I do.
You're on
I
a
do.
computer every night looking for new trends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's new
Yes.
trends every day
Yes.
in our society
Yes.
now, right? What's your favorite part of running Two Tulips?
It's my happy place. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I love helping them. I don't know. It just makes me so happy. I have a fairly high pressured job during the day. And this is we call this our lake house. So people buy lake houses. And this is our lake
And you bought a
house.
store.
We
You
bought
bought
a
a
gift
store.
shop. So
Yes, we train our girls that when somebody comes in that door, they're welcome, open arms, and then when they leave, they're thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
So that's big for us. And then pleasing every customer to 100% is the main goal.
yes,
And
Yeah.
that's shown through
Mhm.
every time that we walk in the door
Mhm.
too.
I love that.
How do you balance the creative side of merchandising with the operational aspects of the business?
With
I
the
know-
help of
Yeah, the girls do it.
yes, but I want to give my husband a lot of kudos in this area. A lot of people don't know how many times the ideas come from David. And he comes up with promotional ideas, creative ideas. He's a home builder. His father was a home builder as well as his grandfather, and they have a very creative mind. But with that paired with our team and the ideas from our team, I think that's where it comes from.
Oh, that's so sweet. What's one thing people might not realize about being a small business owner?
The hours and the
Commitment versus reward, especially in the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're in this to make a quick dollar, do not do it. It's a lot of time, a lot of commitment, a lot of pressure for money. And I mean, if you want to sell something, you have to have it. And if you have to get money to get it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's a lot of work. And the old saying that it takes 5 years to show a profit is absolutely true.
At least.
At
Right?
least.
Yes, at least.
At least.
Sometimes being your own boss isn't all what it's
No.
cracked up to be.
Right.
Right.
What keeps you motivated during challenging times?
I think just, for instance, COVID, right? I mean, everything was shut down. We had to figure out how we were going to do it. And just the drive, I think that comes naturally for us too. I think we're self-driven. And so if you give us a challenge, I think that we will figure out a way to make it work.
Again, we're not in it for the payroll. I mean, we're in it to obviously make money, but we're not in it for the payroll. So COVID to us was not a huge challenge. It was a challenge for our employees because they depend on that paycheck. And we need to provide that paycheck. So we need to reinvent the wheel to figure out how we could do that. And online e-commerce that's when we started. That's exactly when we started.
Had a website.
No.
We didn't even have one before that.
Okay.
Well, we did have, we started one when we first opened the shop and it was a disaster. So that was a hard lesson. We invested thousands of dollars and we couldn't even run the website. And so we've learned some.
Yeah, e-commerce seems super easy on paper.
Oh, yeah.
It's a statistical nightmare.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these next few questions are all about community and connection.
Sure.
So how has Downtown Lafayette community contributed to your success?
I think our community is so wonderful. First of all, we have the everything that is building up around us. So we have the officials promoting downtown. So I think it starts there. And then the diversity of the different shops that we have downtown. I like to call our downtown out of a Hallmark movie because we have so many different things to offer. And I think that helps all of us grow as business owners. I so often pull out the little map and I put stars wherever whatever they have in mind, and tell them where to go. So they don't want to just come down and go to one shop. They want to have an experience. And you get quite the experience by shopping downtown or eating downtown or being serviced by, getting your hair done or your nails done. There's all sorts of variety.
I think when we're downtown, we're downtown all the time.
Yes.
So, we get our hair done down here. We eat down here. We get our coffee down here.
Yes.
We shop down here. It's a thriving community for sure.
Yeah,
it's within a thriving community, right?
So 10 years ago, before we bought the shop, we didn't even know what downtown was. We didn't.
We
never
were
came down.
horrible. We were eating at chain restaurants, and we were raising our kids, and
McDonald's,
right, and chasing them through sporting events and doing travel ball and all of that, and we didn't have the appreciation. And it is so rewarding to see all of these businesses and to support them. And I think there's a lot of people in Lafayette that they're afraid to come downtown because of parking, and we just need to get them down here.
We have 3 free parking garages down here.
Yes,
weekends, right?
absolutely.
In the evening. So,
yes.
And today you'll find us any Saturday after we close our doors. You'll find us at one of these restaurants.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. I think you'll find that's a very common thing, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being located in the heart of downtown? Obviously, you said people, right?
Yeah, I just love people walking by and the foot traffic, like I said, the variety of
we've many times drove down the street and we're like going, I can't imagine being anywhere else, because we'll be on the south side or on the east side or whatever. We're like going, boy, it'd be kind of cool to have a store over here, but then you're like going, you're not going to have the business that you have. And we feel sorry for some of the business that are not downtown. They're like,
I know if you could like pick them up and move them down here.
Yes.
Absolutely, they would thrive. You're right. Yeah. And it's not just downtown, it's Main Street too.
Yes.
I mean, Main Street's, that's where to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We're running out of space on Main Street.
We are.
Oh, we are.
We need to start inching our way out. Have you formed any special connections or partnerships with other local businesses on Main Street or beyond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so we love to collaborate. So we collaborate with our neighbors, with actually, like, we'll have special events, whether it's Galentine's or Mosey's or whatever, and we'll always bring in some kind of a pop-up that is somebody that doesn't have a brick and mortar and needs to be able to show their wares. We love supporting that.
And I think where we need to do a better job and is to work more with the service folks, the people that are selling their service over product. And I think that we need to find a creative way to work with them. But again, we love to support any business downtown, or any business. I don't mean just downtown.
No, but I mean, just this weekend we had Capo on Thursday.
Yes.
We had wine from the wine shop on Friday and Saturday. We had
the Galentine's event.
We had the Galentine's event. Absolutely.
We had.
Yes. Yep.
That's amazing. Can you share a memorable experience that highlighted your connection to the community?
You brought it up.
Yes, I think that is on Shop Small. We have Santa, pictures with Santa. So Ashley Red, that is next door, she's a photographer. This is something that Two Tulips started before we owned the shop. And we have continued that. And it is just an outstanding event. And it brings a lot of people in. This place is packed. And it is just a tradition that we do not want to ever give up. So,
well, I've walked by on Shop Small Saturday, you know, we have an employee working at our shop. I walk by and I'm like, holy moly. There's so many kids out there.
Yeah, we actually tell our good customers, don't come in till after 2, because after Santa leaves, because it's just chaos.
Yes,
it is.
Shop Small Saturday is huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It's our biggest day by far.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any other local business, who would it be?
Well, while I'm standing here, my wheels are turning. They're turning, and I'm thinking that I would love to collab with you, because I think that we should make candles with children.
So you're saying you want to call him your favorite kid?
No. You're right. I want to collab with everybody. But I think that would be fantastic. You can make jelly bean candles or something and have little candles anyway. But I'm always thinking, you're right, David. We don't have a favorite child. We would love to collab with anyone. And our problem is that we work full time. And so, seeking out, but we do welcome anybody to seek us out, because we will definitely collab somehow.
Absolutely.
And you guys have tons of, you've done, like we just talked about your collaborations, right? You do tons of collaborations. You have local businesses.
A lot of local artists.
We do.
You have artists, you have makers in here that are selling their stuff.
Yes, and when and that's not, I want to backtrack. I use downtown, but I want to collaborate with anybody that has their own small business, right? Because that is the heart of America and or the backbone of America.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, last little section here. What's one significant lesson that you've learned as a business owner in the last 10 years?
Oh, it's hard. It's hard work. It's a lot of hard work. Financially, it can be tasking, especially in the first quarter of the year. Your numbers, retail primarily is October through December, but it's hard. It's
But you have to replace your December inventory in January.
You do, and
be financially responsible, right?
exactly. And for us at Two Tulips, inventory is very, very difficult. It is having it accurate, keeping up with the price increases, because the vendors, you may have an item, and when you bought it at the first time, and then you buy it the second time, their prices have gone up. So you need to increase the price, and just inventory can be a nightmare.
Yeah. Let's see here. I have a couple more questions. As you celebrate this milestone, what are your plans for the future of Two Tulips?
Oh, that we're speaking about that right now. We want to expand. We would like to bring in older children's clothing, because many of folks say, my children have outgrown this, or my grandchildren have outgrown this. So we are, this year we're going up to size 6 with the new inventory coming in clothing. But we would like to bring in older children, but that is a financial commitment and space commitment.
Yes.
Go ahead. What were you going to add?
Oh, I wasn't adding anything.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I forget the exact question. That question was
the future. What's your future of Two Tulips?
Oh, yeah. Well, so as we said, Carla and I have full-time jobs. We bought this with the intention that this would be our retirement thing. This would be something we would just do in a retirement to stay busy, not, and so.
Sedentary.
Huh?
Be sedentary.
Correct. We don't want to be sedentary. I mean, we are workaholics, so that we don't see ourselves being sedentary. So we bought this for that. And our son's going to take over my home building business in 2029. So I'm officially going to retire from home building.
Congratulations.
Everybody knows that. So I will be a bigger role here. And then Carla's, we don't know when she's going to retire, but sometime she's our insurance giver. So we have to play that out. But yeah. So as we both move into this, will be our retirement thing. So we're building for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there any upcoming events or new products? You talked about the expanded kids line that you can look forward to this year.
Absolutely. So David brought in some men's lines that he's pretty excited about. And when we went to market, we try to find new products. And I think we're bringing in about 3 or 4 new products.
I think we have 3 or 4 on the floor now, and there's some more coming. I will add that 10 years ago, when Carla went shopping, I would stand out on the sidewalk and she'd come in and do her thing, and I would just stand out there. I see that every day with the women come in and their men's just stand out there. That's why we have a men's section now. We're trying to bring them in so they can find things. And we actually do get several men that come in to buy things, not for their wives, but just for themselves, which is awesome.
Yeah. And
men
one
like to
last,
shop too, right?
absolutely.
Right.
One last section that I would like to expand on is we have we're building a spiritual area, or Christian-based area, because we have folks coming in all the time looking, and I just don't have the right products. So we did go to market with that in mind. It's not a very big area, but we are trying to expand that.
Yeah, that's great. Something for everyone.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Something for everyone. Where do you see the boutique 10 years from now?
Oh, goodness. I actually would like to have a second location. I have been researching gift shops around Indiana, and we're really limited. We are really, really limited. And I think with all the big box shops closing, I think that people want to touch and feel. And so I would like to see a second location, but time will tell.
Maybe in Indy.
I don't know. I don't know. He just asked. I didn't say location.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exciting. What legacy do you hope Two Tulips leaves in the Lafayette community?
Just that they have a place where they can find a gift with whatever the occasion. They can always come to Two Tulips and find something for whatever they're celebrating, or if they're buying for someone special. I would like them to always think of Two Tulips.
I think our generation and the generations ahead of us, most of them know what Two Tulips is. Generations behind us, there's so many people in Lafayette that still walk through our doors that have never been here before, which is just absolutely amazing. We still get people in their 60s that have never been in this door before, which just amazes me. So there's so much room for us to grow, so much room for us to expand. And the name recognition would be, if everybody in this town knew where we were and what we did, that would be amazing.
Sure.
Last question here. If someone has never been to Two Tulips, what's the one thing they absolutely have to check out?
Piggy banks? Absolutely. Piggy banks. So we are known for our piggy banks. We have an artist that personalizes them. And all the time, people are coming in and saying, I bought all of my grandchildren's piggy banks or my children's piggy banks. We actually have folks come in. The recent story is a grandmother came in and her grandson is 13 years old. And unfortunately, his piggy bank broke. And so he told his grandma he was devastated. And she came in and she was able, it wasn't the exact piggy bank, it was sports themed. And so we matched the original personalization. We did match the original personalization.
Yeah.
So that
there's a lot of memories for people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That are tied to Two Tulips.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just through the little things like piggy banks.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sell over one a day. We sell over 30 a month. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy. We bought our niece. We just had Troy's sister just had her baby last year.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So we got her a piggy bank from
Awesome.
Little
Absolutely.
Elephant. So
Yeah. I love that.
You guys said you added Greek, a Greek line. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So in August of 2023, yes, I was approached by someone by the name of Julia Denhart to see if I would be interested in partnering with her to bring in a Greek line. Well, I was in a sorority and I was a Pi Phi, which I have my arrow above the door when you walk in to Two Tulips, symbolizing that. And I was so excited, and Julia, we partnered and we have now expanded. It's called Rush by Two Tulips. And I think yesterday she said she has shipped out a package to her 61st university in the United States. And we represent 17 sororities. So it has just expanded our business. The addition of her and her enthusiasm, I think, has really helped Two Tulips.
A lot, yeah. And we're going to be doing our first national conference in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
That's
in
amazing.
Chicago. Yes. So
Well, she has tons of stuff back there
beautiful.
It's beautiful stuff. I know we see pictures on social media all the time of girls with their bags or goodie bags from their parents, or they're big or they're little, and they have it's beautiful stuff.
Yes, and that's great having Purdue University here. That's where we started, and it is just thriving. So it's brought in, that's where we've expanded a lot and invested a lot of time.
And Julia's amazing. She can
is.
sell ice cubes, Eskimos.
She's great. Well, that's great. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you, Carla and David, for sharing and celebrating 10 amazing years of Two Tulips Boutique. Be sure to visit them right here in downtown Lafayette to discover their unique offerings. This has been Behind the Business, and we'll see you next time.